back to another episode of What Wheels. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What is going on, everyone? Gels from Fitment Industries, FI Garage, and welcome back to another episode of What Wheels Fit. And today we're going to be deep diving into the B8 chassis of the Audi S4. Cover a few different types of fitment and talk about some wheels that we see a lot on these cars. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, check out fitmentindustries.com for everything wheels, tires, and suspension related. We got a ton of stuff over there, so you should go check it out, give it a whirl. Fun website. Now, like every episode, we have gathered fitment data from our own online fitment gallery at fitmentindustries.com that is made up from cars, all from you guys that you have out there and have added your car to the gallery. Now remember, the specs that we are about to talk about, a little disclaimer, at the minimum require for the most part some fender rolling or some a little bit of modification to make sure that everything just fits all nice and neat at the very minimum. Anyway, let's get into it. Guaranteed fitment for the B8 chassis of the Audi S4 is 18 inches to 20 inches in diameter, with widths ranging from 8 to 10 inches. Now usually offsets seem pretty standard with them, hanging right around the plus 35 to plus 40 millimeter mark. So there is our baseline. Anything that falls within that limit of sizes is guaranteed to fit your Audi S4. However, we like to push boundaries a little bit here at Fitment Industries, don't we? Just like every European car, S4s look amazing when they're just like slammed on their nuts and are a perfect candidate for some really low static setups or air suspension. So let's go ahead and look at some tucked fitment setups right off of the bat. We actually do see diameters hitting all of the fitment range from 18 to 20 inches. However, we do see 19 and 20 inch diameters is more popular than the 18s. Some good examples of some tucked setups on these cars include the following: 18 by 8.5 plus 35, 19 by 9.5 plus 33 with some Rotiform wheels, 19 by 10 plus 35, and 20 by 10 plus 35, which actually seems to be one of the more popular choices when going with this type of fitment. Now, as you can see from the pictures and everything like that, Rotiforms, absolutely massive on these cars, both the single piece cast and multi-piece variants. And you can easily see why. The S4, for the most part, isn't an overly aggressive looking car. And it's part of the reason why you can get away with such big, rowdy wheels, because you're not really taking anything else away from the car. Now moving on to more of a flush or semi-flush fitment. Now this is going to be mostly for those running either coilovers or lowering springs and want a little more of a conservative fitment for daily driving or something more performance oriented. Here's where we see the 19 inch diameter pretty much become the new standard, with some 20 sneaking in there every now and then. So some examples of a flush or nearly flush fitment for the B8 S4 include the following: 19 by 8.5 plus 35, 19 by 9.5 plus 39, or 19 by 9.5 plus 35, 19 by 9.5 plus 25, and 19 by 10 plus 35. Now, like I said, we do see some 20s every now and then. So if you're looking at running those, something along the lines of a 20 by 10 plus 35 will suit you just fine. H&R lowering springs and ST coilovers are very prominent with these setups, and we see them on most of the B8 S4s in our fitment gallery. And if you're in the market for that kind of stuff, you know, suspension and whatnot, we have all of it, fitmentindustries.com. Anyway, moving on to the last but not least type of fitment thing, Fender-to-lip. Now, surprisingly, this isn't something we see actually a whole lot of on these cars in our gallery. So if you're watching this and you're like, yo, I have a car that fits that description, that is running that type of fitment, go ahead and add it to our gallery. You can find the link below. We would love to add it. We can take a look at it in our gallery. We continue making videos like this to help others find their fitment. So some examples that we have would be the following: 19 by 9.5 plus 22 offset on some airlift performance suspension. And that's pretty much it. However, it does give us a base point of reference. So 19 by 9.5 or a 19 by 10 with an offset around plus 20 to plus 27 should be able to give you that type of fitment. So hopefully this helps you in your journey to find the perfect setup for your car. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and let us know what you would like us to cover next. And also don't forget to check out the gallery. Can't say it enough. I'm Gels from Fitment Industries. We will see you later. Peace.